request Atre sir to kindly escort the chief guest to the dais, please. Thank you once again, sir. I request our Dean R&D, Professor Milind Atre, to kindly introduce the chief guest.
Should I use this? Good afternoon. I'm extremely delighted to introduce today's speaker and chief guest, Dr. Ella, who will be our chief guest today and also interact with all of us and possibly have interaction, time permits, and more time for interaction. Everybody knows him, just a formal introduction. I'm sure there are a lot of students also to know about his background and what all he has done in addition to Covaxin. Dr. Krishna Ella graduated with a PhD from University of Wisconsin-Madison and returned to India in 1996 to start Bharat Biotech. Focusing on new molecule research and development of vaccines to address neglected diseases that afflict developing world populations, the company has successfully developed 16 vaccines over the past 25 years that include a portfolio of 12 plus viral vaccines and about 145 patents. Starting with hepatitis B vaccine, Bharat Biotech has grown to supply more than 10 billion doses to vaccines to 123 countries around the world, and has also contributed significantly to the eradication of polio. Under the able leadership of Dr. Ella, Bharat Biotech successfully developed Rotavac, the first vaccine in the developing world to complete efficacy trial in children under the Indo-US VAP. The company also developed Type Bar TCV, the world's first conjugate vaccine for multi-drug resistance typhoid, with the successful completion of human challenges studies in Oxford. Bharat Biotech has proven its capabilities with a track record of having conducted clinical trials with over 700,000 volunteers in over 20 countries through funding of over $300 million in grants from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Wellcome Trust, and other governments. Bharat Biotech has first global patents for Zika virus vaccine and chikungunya vaccine. With nearly 100 publications to its credit and the successful development, manufacturing, and supply of Covaxin, Bharat Biotech leads the fight against COVID-19 pandemic. Everybody knows about this. With Dr. Ella's interest in multiple fields and his passion to contribute to the society and country, he founded group organizations like Ella Foundations, BioVet, RCC Labs, Ella Foods, Chiron Behring Vaccines, Innova Agri Park, Sapigen, and Anatomy Biotech. Dr. Ella has contributed to the development of biotechnology in India in various capacities as a former director, as a former member, Scientific Advisory Committee to the Cabinet, Government of India, Government Council member, CSIR, and as RC member to various CSR entities. Today, Dr. Ella is the chairman and managing director of Bharat Biotech International Limited. For his incomparable contributions to the industry and society, the Republic of India has conferred him with the third highest civilian award, Padma Bhushan, in 2022. We are extremely honored, sir, for having you here and for having such a distinguished speaker amongst us. May I now request Dr. Krishna Ella to take the stage and address us. Thank you very much. Just going online also.
Dr. Milind make me very uncomfortable in my chair. When you try to read about biodata and all those things, it makes it a little awkward actually for us. And once you cross the 65, you don't want all those things. What you want is the future India to be innovative. That is what we want. Okay? You know, 1994, I'll talk very generic things. 1994, Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao was in UN Assembly sometime in December. And in UN Assembly time, after that in the evening, there was a pharma meeting. Pharma CEOs from Merck, GSK, and all the Pfizer, everybody was asked to come. And I was also there in the meeting. And I was not started, I was still in US. So when the pharma companies were asking two things. One, Indian company copies the drug. And second, they said, you don't maintain data exclusivity. The data exclusivity mean what Pfizer has done a clinical trial, the Indian company should not copy that data, the clinical trial data. This should not be copied. That is a data exclusivity. They were demanding the two things. That hit me in my mind. That means we are a generic country. As a country, we are making a pharma world by doing the products. And I think that hit me, that one instant hit me, that I think we should do something for the India, number one. Number two, my mother said one thing, son, you want to live in US, I don't have any problem, but come back to India. You have only 9 inches stomach. How much ever you eat, you can't eat more than 9 inches stomach in life. Then, with age, the 9 inches becomes 4 inches. And nothing life. You don't even eat. You can't eat this, you can't eat that. All sort of things comes into life in the end. So that also motivation. And then third is my wife. I think the ladies are the very powerful people, I tell you honestly. So both the ladies, my mother and my wife, both were responsible ladies, very powerful in the Indian system and Indian culture, okay? And I think, so she said, I don't want to be called a third-class citizen in US, let's get back. So lessons to some of the people here who want to go back to US, if your spouse agrees with you, then you come back. If your spouse doesn't agree, then you will have torture. So do not come back unless your spouse cooperates with you. That's the message I want to tell you, all of you. I think the journey started 96, and nothing. I'm from a small farming family from Tamil Nadu. Okay, nothing great, no entrepreneurs, no business people, nothing was known. Only one gut feeling for me. I went to US with the 2 suitcases. Okay, and I'm returning with a 40-foot container with household and some scientific equipment. 40-foot container. Only one gut feeling, okay, worse is worse. If I don't succeed, I was US citizen. Okay, I said, okay, worse is worse. I'll go back to India, US, again be a consultant somewhere. I was a faculty in the Medical University of South Carolina, in assistant professor. Everybody said, no, you should take a leave, go stay for 6 months, try it out. This trying business never works in life. One leg there, doesn't work. You have to take a risk, uproot everything, then only it happens. Otherwise it doesn't happen. There's one partial things that never works in life. Okay? Kids, for you. Okay? Risk taking. I want to tell the young kids. Risk taking, everybody says business, the entrepreneurship journey, you have to be risk taking. But we don't understand the definition. You ask young kid, they may not understand what is risk taking. You came from home to here. How much risk taking for you? What is the chance I don't want to put your name, what is my chance of going back to Hyderabad? Safely, 50%? Am I right? So 50% risk is there? Huh? So I'm taking 50% risk coming into Bombay. The 50% you add it, another 20-30%. That makes entrepreneurship. It's a simple thinking, and I always tell very simple. If you start thinking simple language, you will find the biggest solutions in the world. Okay, that's one of my teachers in medicine told me, think science in simple language. You'll find the best solutions in the world. Okay, and I think we started a journey, a lot of hassle, first vaccine launched by Abdul Kalam, all those things. But the journey is important. I think the first vaccine from the developing world, rotavirus vaccine, which we did Indo-US bilateral program under DBT sponsorship, we did first efficacy trial in India, because clinical trial never been done in India. Pharma company, what they do is bioequivalence. They inject Pfizer antibiotics or whatever it is. They inject, say, my ex company antibiotic into another person, draw the blood sample, look at the HPLC profile, you're done with bioequivalence, and you get approved drug within 40 days, 45 days you approve. Same pharma drug, same generic product, you approve. So there is no clinical research in this country. And I think we were the first one to start a clinical research in the country. We're done in 10,000 newborn infant babies. Tell me here, how many ladies Some of them married, some of them not married, some of them has got kids, some of them doesn't have a kid. Tell me how many people are going to learn when you're 6 months pregnant, you want to give their baby for a clinical trial. How many people can lift the hand here? No ladies want to lift. You see that? How can you do innovation when you can't do a clinical research in newborn babies? Okay? That means even high-tech society like in IIT Bombay, people are scared of doing a clinical research. When you don't have clinical research, no innovations will happen. You can do any innovation in the lab of no meaning unless you do it in the field situations, test it in the babies. Otherwise, no value. So we have to recruit 25,000 mothers to have 10,000 babies for a clinical trial. And it's a community-based trial, not hospital-based trial in the villages. So what we did is, again, the Gates Foundation funded the project. US government was also involved. They said you should not bribe the mother. You should not bribe the mother because if you do that, unethical. Okay, based on economic incentive, if you vaccinate the child, young child, I'll give it to this baby, I'll give it 5,000 rupees. Will you come for my vaccination? Trial experiment? No. See, they're very fast. They immediately say no. So you see how I want to change the perception of thinking. I'm telling you, this is very, very important for the country to go to next level. It's very, very important. So I think, what happened is we had a very tough decision to make. We can't bribe, we can't give, I can only give lunch break. Lunch allows, I can give. Nothing else I can be allowed to pay. 100 rupees, 150 rupees or 200 rupees I can pay. That's all allowed by ethically. We said, okay, we will give 3 years of healthcare benefit, all mothers and child. Irrespective of the child is being vaccinated or placebo, or mother gets some other disease also, we'll cover the entire healthcare for mother and child. And we'll take care of all the vaccination. Whichever the rich kid in US gets it, all the rich kid, whatever the vaccine, we'll give it to that, all the vaccination to them. And entire healthcare, even mother gets heart attack. Our child which was born with some cardiac problem, we'll take care of that for 3 years. So we did the 3 years. We get ambulatory, okay? And we given a mobile phone, connected to server. If you press any adverse reaction and immediately connected to this thing, in 10 minutes, the ambulatory will go to that village. Immediately rush to CMC Vellore or All India Institute of Medical Science Delhi or KME Pune in the Pune site. Okay? So how we did that? That's the first efficacy trial probably in the developing world. Why I'm saying this one, the learning curve of that rotavirus vaccine, okay, helped us today Covax. So that my linking connections. Suddenly we have not jumped from the air and we started doing, clinical research into Covaxin. No, that is the first one. The second one I want to mention, typhoid conjugate. We did phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Immunogenicity was good, extremely good. Approved vaccine in India. Then I went to Gates Foundation. I said, I want to launch this globally, this product. It's the first new molecule. Why I did that typhoid? You look at young people, children who are less than 2 years old, 6 months baby, they crawl on the floor. When they crawl on the floor, they lick the floor. When you get a floor, typhoid is there. And food is also contaminated. Night food, we give it to the baby. In the villages, I'm telling you, don't look at IIT Bombay. Okay? Look at the villages in Bihar and Uttar Pradesh and all those places. Yesterday leftover food, they give it. And that gets salmonella. And baby gets a severe fever. And doctor gives you 3 or 4 antibiotics. And now, in Pakistan, children are dying in Karachi, place called Hyderabad in Karachi. Dying children because they're not responding to including cephalosporin because they're totally resistant against antibiotic. Okay? So we said we should do this thing. Then I went to Gates Foundation said, no, we can't believe your clinical data because you're done in a country where high endemic pathogen is there. Typhoid is a big problem. And you also antibiotic abuse is so much. Every doctor gives 3, even any fever, you give 3 antibiotics immediately. Okay? So we can't believe it is the vaccine is giving that response or is it antibiotic is controlling the disease. So you can't make out. They asked me challenge. I said, we want to do human challenge studies with your vaccine. If human challenge fail, what will you do? I said, I'll shut down. I don't want Indians also to have a lousy quality vaccine. If that is a lousy, I don't want to have them also. I don't want to call Indians also a third-class citizen. Rather, I will have the same, what US can have it, we can have the same thing here. We said we build that. And then they gave money to the Oxford University. We did human challenge studies. These are probably the first company in the world to do human challenge. Usually human challenge studies done by an army. US Army, Walter Reed Army, and UK Army, all they do the human challenge studies in a confident, which doesn't come in publication, but it's done in human challenge studies. In this, you look at the New York Times, it appeared in Nature magazine, covered in 2018, the first innovation that came in the first product was our typhoid TCV, which Dr. Mellon mentioned, typhoid TCV. You could look at Nature Medicine. The first product that made innovation came, and now it can go to 6 months. Existing typhoid vaccine cannot be given to less than 2 years. Its efficacy is only 60%, and every 3 years you have to give the vaccine. Now we found out this vaccine we have done in the Oxford Human Challenge, it got 87% efficacy on the human challenge studies. That means some of the people who got placebo, okay, you tell me honestly, if I put typhoid in this water bottle, how many will drink here after vaccination? Tell me how many. Lift a hand, please. At least one boy is there at least. One woman, 2, 3 or 4 people, 3 people. IIT Bombay, highly educated people, only 3 people are offering. In Oxford, medical students, nurses offered, but they paid money also. That is different matter. so they paid money also. But they've done human challenge. Some of the people who got placebo, who got not vaccinated, placebo effect, was 30, 45 days they suffered. Very severe disease. But you have antibiotic to cure them. So you cure them, but still the post effect of antibiotic is almost 40, 45 days you suffer. That's very terrible. Today the vaccine, then we asked a simple question. Okay, it worked in the human challenge. Will it work in the school children? If I vaccinate to the children here, will they be protected in the field situation? So they asked, and we have done 6 countries. $36 million Gates Foundation gave the grant to University of Maryland, Oxford, Cambridge, and CDC Atlanta, Indian Academy of Pediatrician Bombay. We have done in Navi Mumbai, entire schools vaccinated with the typhoid conjugate vaccine to see that. And it gave 7 years protection to children, 1 dose vaccine. I think this is the first vaccine made for the world, from India, first vaccine. A new molecule, nothing copied from any multinational or any US, Europe, that's one. You know, I was always thinking to work on pandemic. When pandemic flu came to India, 2006 or 8, I think, some remember that, 2006, I think, pandemic flu, it gave a signal to the society, pandemic, I'm just giving a signal to you. Then exactly in 2006, the chikungunya came. And we were the first one to isolate the virus in the country, sequence the genome. And even NIV Pune was not aware of it. We were the first one to sequence the genome and made a vaccine candidate. And the government doesn't want to fund me project because they think it's not an important vaccine. But now it became an important vaccine. CEPI gave a $14 million grant. Now we are doing clinical research in Bombay and Thailand, Philippines, Guatemala, Puerto Rico, and Colombia. Why I'm saying is, I want to understand a small Indian company startup, how they moved from research to manufacturing to clinical research and a global clinical research. It's very important because no Indian company has done clinical research. Any vaccine company also, okay, any vaccine company in this country also not done a clinical research anywhere outside. They've only done contract manufacturing for a vaccine. Somebody else makes a product, they've done a clinical trial, you manufacture here. But this is starting from everything. And then chikungunya sequence analysis indicated, asked a simple question, what will come next? Chikungunya came to India. When I did a sequence analysis, okay, based on bioinformatics, it came from French island, Madagascar. So Madagascar has got similar sequence data from the Madagascar island. I asked a simple question, okay, if it came mosquito directly from French island, Madagascar to India, then what will come from next from Madagascar to India? Simple question, okay? So there are only 4 diseases in that area, in Madagascar. Yellow fever, dengue, chikungunya, Zika. So we asked a logic question, okay, dengue is there, yellow fever is there, okay, what can come next? We said we predicted Zika, and we started making reverse genetics sequence of Zika. In 2014, we made a Zika vaccine. 2015 July, we filed a global patent, and exactly 2015 December, Brazil incident came. So we were 1.5 years ahead of the Brazil incidents. 2014 we were working on Zika. 2015 December, please remember the dates. Okay, December 2015 pandemic, suddenly in Brazil. Pregnant ladies getting babies in microcephaly, head compressed, all sort of things appeared. Based on epidemiological data, they picked it as a Zika virus. And we were ahead of the game. Even US asked me, how did I predict this? It is just because based on sequence analysis, it came from Madagascar. Then we picked up Zika. But the mosquito, I thought it will come to India. It, instead of coming this side, opposite direction, went to Brazil. Like Columbus want to come to India, he landed in US. Mosquito want to come to India, but it landed in Brazil. It just went in opposite direction, mosquito. Okay, now Zika is also getting into problem in Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and Uttar Pradesh. Slowly, it's building, it's giving a signal. Slowly, virus 1 become 10, 10 become 100. It's slowly building up the thing. Well, and I think, we are doing an African, Thabo Mbeki came to our plant. He said, you all want to exploit the African market, but you never want to solve a problem of African problem. We said, that touched my heart. His wife also, madam also came, Thabo Mbeki wife. So they were there 5 hours in the plant. They said, you all want to exploit African market only you want, but you don't want to solve the society problem of that African country. I said, I took up a mission mode. I have how much time? I'm done?
No, please go. 15 minutes more and we can have interaction.
Oh, okay. So this is my last 2-3 slides, 2-3 points. So we said, okay, we'll work on NTS, non-typhoid. Poultry typhoid. The poultry typhoid is going to the humans in Africa, and it's very severe. They get a brain fever and they die. And nobody was knowing unless they isolate the bacteria. And bacteria isolation and culturing is very difficult to do bacterial. Okay, so they were dying. So we said we'll take up a project. We partnered with the University of Maryland. We made a trivalent conjugate vaccine. So I was talking about the conjugate, glycoconjugate vaccines, we were talking about it. We made a conjugate vaccine, and Wellcome Trust funded the project. And then we did now phase 1 in Baltimore in US. We did a phase 1 trial. It came out very well. US FDA, IND approved, and we got a FDA trial. And then now the Wellcome Trust liked the data. Now they want to fund the phase 2 and 3 in African trial. So we, as an Indian company, it is not that we want to be Indian, we want to solve any other country's problem also. So an African country problem. I think vaccine company is a global public health. It is not Indian public health. It's a global public health. So we need to think about globe as a village. And I think COVID came in, and we were the first one to create a BSL-3 production facility. And I think I just want to say that we will be the largest production facility, BSL-3 production facilities in the world. We have 8 production facilities, 3 in Bangalore, 3 in Hyderabad, 1 in Pune, and 1 we are building in Bhubaneswar. Okay, BSL 3+ production facilities also. Almost the highest, BSL 3+, the only 2 facilities in the world. One is in Philbright in UK, and second is in Bangalore. Nowhere else in the world. So we created BSL 3 in Hyderabad for polio eradication point of view. And that came in right time the COVID came. And I said there was no vaccine. So we need to get into scientists. How many people will work in inside the BSL 3 facility where there's no vaccine? How many people will work? See, nobody want to work. You see how IIT Bombay student itself doesn't work in BSL 3 facility. Where will you do innovation? Okay, so you are all in comfort zone, very comfort zone. Some job comes, multinational job comes. Okay, take it, multinational. And multinational job will make you lethargic people. You will never take a risk anymore. Okay, you will take in a 5-star hotel, car will come, car will go, and you got used to the life. And that life will make you not, the other spouse will not allow you to take that risk anymore. I am getting a car, I am going to a hotel, so don't take any risk. You are comfortable with that life. You will never take a risk in more life. So don't get into that, okay? So I think, it's very important to understand all this. In the COVID, we moved the people, motivated them, and I used to sit in the morning, 9 o'clock to midnight till 11 o'clock to motivate the staff. It's not that I went inside. I was only motivated. We motivated because there was no vaccine. If anything happens, why we partnered with Indian ICMR and NIV Pune? NIV has done an amazing job. I'm telling National Institute of Virology, right in Pune, has done an extremely good job in human-animal challenging studies, monkey challenge studies. To get monkeys, also difficult in India. Getting human beings is very easy in India, okay? So, and when you catch monkey, there are other 5 NGOs will write against that. You see the country. We got through all those things. I think NIV has done extremely well, and our partnership was extremely good. We want this vaccine, we want to have more long-term immunity, co-vaccine. So when you produce a co-vaccine, inactivated vaccine, it only produces B cell response, IgG. Okay? Everybody thought IgG is enough, you will take care of it. Look at mRNA vaccine. It's produced IgG high response, and then it goes like this, drops. So Israel has got 4 doses of mRNA vaccine, still not controlled the disease. Okay? So I predicted long back, we need more T cell response. So inactivated vaccine, you can't get a T cell response. It's very less. So what we did is we licensed from Virovax, from a small biotech company in US, which is funded by NIH, an adjuvant called IMDG. You look at the internet, what is that? IMDG. We got it. We made synthesized at IACT Hyderabad, synthesized the molecule in kgs, and you make this alum, you attach the chemical like this IMDG, attach it to this. When you attach this alum, aluminum hydroxide gel, you attach this alum, then what happens is it goes to the lymph node. You direct to the lymph node. Once it goes to lymph node, you produce a T cell response. And that is a secret of the Covaxin, why having a long-term immunity and protection against variants also. Nothing, but nobody understands science in this country. What they do is attack Indian company, Bharat Biotech. If it is USA Biotech, they would not have attacked me. Okay? And Bharat Biotech attack this guy. Indian media, easy targets, always Indian companies. Because Indians are very lethargic buggers. Indians are, you can attack them anything. Okay? When some other foreigner is sitting, we will not attack, no? We will have a lot of respect for them. Okay? The Indian guy is easy to attack, so we attack. Okay? And that is what has happened in the media in this country. Okay? How can an Indian company can do it? There are a lot of scientists who are against scientists' enemies. Major enemies for scientists are the scientists. Okay? That is one thing I learned. Okay? We have 5,000 TV channels. They all want the TV attention. Okay? You talk anything against Bharat Biotech, immediately Mirror TV gives you TV. India Today gives you a channel. Immediately. Somebody want to talk against Bharat Biotech, okay, come on, immediately, come. And he will talk whatever. One fellow says, it's not published. Okay, fine, I put in the Medrix or Biorix. Okay, I put in there. Oh, it is put in, but it's not peer reviewed. Then after peer reviewed, it comes in Lancet, then nobody reads, then they don't talk anything. But they've done damage already. They've done damage before itself, all those damages. Talk all the things before. But they never asked other vaccines clinical trial. And this is the second largest clinical trial in the world on Covaxin. Next to Pfizer, we were the largest, 26,000 people. Oxford, AstraZeneca has done only 8,000 people. 5,000 in UK, 3,000 in Brazil. China has not done a phase 3 efficacy trial. They did afterwards, they did an efficacy in Brazil and Dubai. Okay, so they have not done it. But I got all the bashing. And scientists know, they feel, I have not achieved. How can this bugger can achieve? Just pull this bugger down, move, like crab mentality, pull it down. Why I'm saying young people, you should be aggressive on this matter. If you want to protect Indian science, you have to take hand in your hand. And I'm telling you, I acknowledge Prime Minister one reason. I'm telling you, he's the head of our country. Forget about politics. What party he belongs, what this. I'm only looking at an honorable Prime Minister of this country. When he took the vaccine, it is not that I'm happy. I'm happy because he's acknowledging the Indian science. Yes or no? I think that's an acknowledgement. It is not Bharat Biotech. It is not Bharat Biotech. He's acknowledging, he's believing Indian science. He's believing Indian science. Please look at that direction. Don't look, they immediately called me, I'm a BJP vaccine. I'm a Congress anti-vaccine. All sort of things. Okay? This is the stupidity of the country. Okay? And I think, when we do, why I'm saying many people going to be an entrepreneurs here should be aware of all this thing. And I think don't trust all this any hype of media going up and they'll drop you also next day. So don't believe anything. Okay? But you people, young generation, should fight for Indian science. But that has not come in this Covaxin time. Nobody has come. I'm sorry to say that. No young generation came forward, it's wrong. Only when I filed some case recently, 4 or 5 days back, then everybody is attacking. They're praising me now. They were not praising me before, when I wanted more. Okay? So I only looked at it, in the COVID time, I don't want to distract myself in my life. Let's not look at negative side of it, of the country. Look at a positive side, we got to make it. Today, many hesitance in vaccine hesitancy in US is only because of mRNA vaccine. Because of mRNA vaccine, 35 to 40% of people doesn't want to take a vaccine. It is not that they are anti-vaccine people. They don't want to take because they don't know the long-term impact of it, of that strategy. But it's a geopolitics, how it works, and I don't want to talk in the public domain. Okay? But what is important, then we looked at it, 1.3 billion, every year you want injection. Do you like injection? No? You see? I have a grandson who's just 6 years old. Tata, you're an idiot. You said always you want to pierce the people. You don't want to give a gentle vaccine. So he's a 6-7 years old. Okay? So I said, okay, we'll make a nasal vaccine. Why nasal is important? Because all these are flu, COVID, RSV, or respiratory pathogen. It goes from here, it goes to upper lung and lower lung. And whatever injectable vaccine, it only protects the lower lung, IgG, will protect only lower lungs and down. That's why even if you're vaccinated, you get still infection, is because upper lung is not protected. Okay? So we made with Washington University help, we made a nasal vaccine, which is in the phase 3 trial right now. And you just one drop, just put one drop. You like it? Drop? Huh? You like it? Injection or drop? Drop. See, okay. You see, I made only for you people. Okay? So you put a drops there, you put 2 drops here, 2 drops here. They're done. Okay? And you get one chocolate. Okay? So I think these are the kids for the future of this country. Okay? And I think I'll leave it there. I looked at simple business. I have 14 companies. I start a company not because to make money. I looked at one thing. When Nagpur, a lot of farmers are committing suicide. Farmers. I asked a simple question. Why is the farmers are committing suicide in Nagpur? You know, we have so many economists. And IIT also has got economics department. You need a big science, putting a programming and all that, they will do it. But I think we'll find a solution in the end. Simple ground reality, we looked at it that simple angle, and I asked simple, what is the same rainfall area in other area similar to Nagpur? Was Kolar district in Bangalore? Was similar rainfall, dry rainfall, same rainfall area. Why is it Nagpur farmers are committing suicide? Kolar farmers are, nobody is committing suicide. Simple question. So Nagpur farmers, only cotton farming. So when a cotton failure, monsoon failure, cotton farm is gone and they commit suicide. Do you need a Sharad Pawar to tell, or do you need a MS Swaminathan or any economist to tell us in this country? You need a prime minister also to tell this? Nothing. Okay? So I looked at Kolar. Why they are not committing suicide? They depend on sericulture, they serve dairy, poultry, mango garden, vegetables, all diversified. Allied agriculture called dairy and poultry, sericulture, mulberry, sericulture. Okay? I said, okay, there's animal husbandry, which is crucial to protect this country. The allied agriculture, which is protecting the Indian farmers. I said I started BioVet in a veterinary vaccine. So that's one of the largest facility right now. We recently acquired Merck facility in Pune also. Okay? MSD Animal Healthcare. So what I'm trying to say is, now we are building in Bhubaneswar and other areas because we want the biotechnology not only stuck to the southern part of India. We want the biotechnology also to move to eastern part of India. That is one of the reasons I moved to Bhubaneswar to build one of the most modern plant we're building right now. That should be ready by end of this year. And that is also going to be containment in other areas in this thing. And also food business, Ella Food, I started. You can see in Amazon, Ella Food. Why we launched it? Food is not the food. Simple thing. Grandmother, how do you know? I don't think you all kid would not know how to make a spice. Anybody grounded here spices? How do you grind? How do you grind? Put on a stone, a wood stick, put it, pound it. Many people who are not seen in life, on a granite stone, wood stick is put in and grounded the spice. It's a fresh, grounded. You know why wood stick is used? Even I don't know the science. But I assume, I predict, I hypothesize that it doesn't produce heat. It doesn't produce heat, so you make it and no microbial contamination. Fresh, you put it into sambar or curry immediately. You're done. Today, spices, it is ground at metal contact. In a metal contact, at 270 degrees plus 270 degrees temperature, all medicinal value of spices are gone. And also, you look at 1 gram of spice powder in the market, I don't want to name the brand, and you look at 1 gram, it's got millions of bacteria in 1 gram of. People will say, oh, we cook, oh, nothing will happen in Indian cooking, where Indians are registered and all that. Okay? And only after 45 you get a cancer, then you will understand you don't know why it got cancer came. It may be aflatoxin coming from the toxin, coming from that spices. It doesn't get destroyed even at high temperature in the cooking. So that gets into this thing. So he said, and US has put a lot of recall for Indian spices. India has recalled a lot of spices because of the microbial contamination, particularly Salmonella, Staph aureus, bacteria. So the spices are carrying the bacteria along with it. US is predicting that these might come from antibiotic resistant bacteria also can enter into the US through spices route. Okay, so I predicted that these barriers are going to come in next 1 or 2 years. We create a gamma radiation. I fill the carcinogenic spices and pass through gamma radiation and totally microbial free. I'm telling you, it is purer than the water. Absolutely no microbial. Okay, and I have blood pressure. I can't eat pickle, so I made a low sodium pickle, plant salt. Is it a big innovation in this? It's a simple idea, no? Why people are not thinking? You're all comfort zone sitting in an auditorium nicely here. Go watch every small thing you watch. Keen eyes. And I'm telling you, keen eyes. Switch off the mobile. Switch off the emails. Start watching. You'll find all the things in front of you. And I'm going to tell convocation, some of the orange juice, canola. How many people are Tamil people here? You heard about Nallanna? How many people Kannada people here? Vallanna? You never heard about Vallanna? Gingerly oil? What is it called in Kannada? You have forgotten Kannada language. Huh? You forgotten Kannada language already. IIT Bombay joined, you forgot the language. Local language. Only English now. Okay? So, Vallanna. Malayalam, how many people, Malayalam people here? Nobody, Malayalam. One fellow is trying to slowly shift it, slowly. Okay. Called Nallanna, you heard about it? Nallanna? Why it is called Nallanna? I don't know. My grandmother said Nallanna. That's all. We don't ask a question. Why grandmother said Nallanna? Vallanna. And Telugu is called Manchinona. All South Indian language is called good oil. Why is it called good oil? I'll tell you, I challenge this question to some of the ICR top people. Even they are not aware of it. Okay, so I'll leave it to you, and thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Any questions, I'll take it.
Very important message. Keep the mobile phone off, laptop off. And the first question I will ask is the one possibly everybody here wants to ask. When will this mask be off?
I think we are. I can't. It is recorded now. I'm very scared of. Then again, media will write tomorrow. He said, and
we are for the first time meeting in this auditorium after the pandemic.
Is it not a nice feeling to see come here? We should have a beer now. Am I right? Sit and have a beer now. Enjoy the life. Okay. I think the disease severity is over. Okay. Whatever the mutation that is coming in the virus, it is getting less. That's a good sign. And also, we are also being vaccinated high percentage. Okay, so it's the same. How many virus particles? If all these rooms are not vaccinated, one person is enough to infect everybody, and all the people are becoming a nuclear bomb here. Okay, so much virus load. So even 90% people are vaccinated, 10% not vaccinated, still the load will be less. No, am I right? Simple logic thinking. That's all. The amount of virus particle will be there in the room. So I think we are over, even if it comes also, nothing to worry about it. I think well prepared as a vaccine manufacturers, therapeutics have come, hospitals are well geared up now to handle these sort of things. So I think it's mature now. The country is mature and globe is also mature. And I think we not to be concerned too much now hereafter.
So good news, optimistic. Questions?
Thank you. It's very, very inspiring and wonderful for all of us here. Just a quick question. mRNA, you said, potentially can have, if you go ahead, and might be some after effects and potentially with cardiac and related things. Is there something you can do about it now?
I recorded, so I will tell you offline. I'll tell you offline. I'm scared of, my wife always curses me, you please don't go anywhere for talk. You talk all other things and then suddenly people are calling me on this and that. So, I'll call it.
Hello, sir. Sir, this is a question related to immunogenicity. Immunogenicity, so how many booster doses will be required to achieve the long-term immunogenicity against COVID?
Honestly, it's a good question. I had to go to astrologer and check it. Okay, so, but one thing I can give a perception. Childhood vaccine, this child, they have taken 3 doses of pentavalent vaccine or polio 3 doses vaccine, and they are protected lifetime, 3 doses. But third dose is a miracle dose in children. What we have seen in the clinical trial, first dose, 2 doses are not very great. It's only priming the system. But third one is a very powerful dose in a children's vaccine. If you go by that, it will be all right. Particularly Covaxin, we don't know, but we are following up whether memory is there. So if you have a memory, even IgG goes down to 0, and as soon as infection comes, immediately T cell get activated, so start producing.
Very nice talk. I have a question about adjuvant. You talked about IMDG. Can you tell us more about some research about adjuvant that you are pursuing?
Honestly, I'm a failed candidate in chemistry. Okay? I can't understand I can't even say that IMDG full name also properly. That's a fact. When I don't know something, I don't know. IMDG, imidazopyridine, it has been used in the cancer patient as immunomodulator. That's all we know it. But it has been used in this one? No, this is the first time. This is the first time, but it got a similar molecule used in the cancer patient, in the human, but this molecule first time got it, and I took all the risk in life. I said, I want T cell response. What is worse? They'll arrest me. They put me in jail. No problem. Good.
Thank you.
You have to tap this like this. Check.
Thank you for your talk. So how difficult to get first fund for your startup?
Fund?
Yeah. So how you got fund from for your startup?
Fund. Initially, honestly, I'm telling you, I sold my house in US. That house money was the first one. And then after coming here, borrowed money from friends at 18% interest rate. And then came IDBI, came in 2 crores private equity, venture capital, 2 crores loan from IDBI. Technology Development Board, Government of India, gave me 4 crores. And with 12.5 crores totally, we started hepatitis B vaccine, which launched by Dr. Abdul Kalam. Okay, but not easy. This country, venture capital they call private equity. They're not private equity at all. They don't fund an idea. They fund only how much revenue is going to come in next balance sheet. Okay, so literally, I think, but government money, like Technology Development Board, DBT, all started good programs. BIRAC program, 50 lakhs for anybody idea is there, and big grant for 5 crores, all started now. You pushed that quite aggressively but it took 20 years to do that, to get that right now. It's there now, funding government.
Hello. Congratulations for the great work and thank you for multiple vaccines. I have a question. So when I was reading about the clinical trial and so on and so forth, I read one fact, maybe, I don't know if this is true or not, but I read
You ask any false news also, I'm happy to answer.
No, I read that when you had to do all the statistical analysis for the trial, you had to depend on a foreign company to do that and so on and so forth. I read the news. I don't know if it's true or not. So if it is true, I was wondering, like India is probably quite well in mathematical analysis and statistical analysis. So why wouldn't we have a Indian group of people who do the statistical analysis of trials, etc.? Is something that I was wondering. So maybe you have some comments.
It's an extremely good question. This is where IITs all should join, where the gaps are in the country. The gaps, how do you build that knowledge, plug in with your knowledge, plug in those sort of things. I have to believe in IQVIA, an American multinational, because data management, biostatistics is complicated for us. And data management on electron, because logging, everything is logged down. So you need electronic capturing the data. That was very critical. So that's why we went to IQVIA and moved that project. But right now we are doing nasal and all ourselves. So we need that time the biostatistics, because 26,000 is a big number for us to clinical research, to analyze every small reactions we need to analyze. So that goes to Netherlands, the data comes from there, the analysis. But we don't have knowledge in this country. And I'm telling you honestly, this is where 4 or 5 people, and I'm telling you, it's nothing but a mathematics. Honestly, it's a mathematics. And biostatistics. If two combine, you will understand the best clinical in the field situation. Because India never done a clinical trial. Whatever clinical trial done, with 1,000 people you put, inject here one vaccine, you my other competitor's vaccine, put it here, draw the blood, in 30 days or 45 days, that immune response, this immune response same. So my vaccine is equal to GSK, that's all. But not the efficacy. So efficacy, we need mathematical and biostatistics to be involved in it. But I don't know how.
This could be an area where IIT could collaborate.
Sure. Why don't you start a company? I will fund. That doesn't want. So you.
Enough company waiting actually.
Yeah, please. Sorry.
Dr. Krishna is happy to share that in response to the previous point, we have a Center for Digital Health set up newly at IIT Bombay, the general donation from our alumni.
Honestly, I'm telling you, you people, IIT people, got used to the Flipkart and Amazon, all these things, digital things. That is what you all been brain taken away by multinationals. Taken away. You get excited with those sort of things. But nothing gives you innovation in that angle. Only Indian company can create innovation for you. I'm telling you honestly, this creates a platform in the country, what can go to now COVID program. You see the amount of data that India has got, no other country in the world has got like a COVID. How do you capture this mathematics now from that data? How do you make it digital on that matter? I think this is your imagination. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not a digital guy. And certainly I don't like IIT people because of that reason, because you all go with Honeywell and other people, but not Indian society problem. And Indian society problem, you should really partner with the Indian company, understand what has to be done in the society at large. And that is a part of the game. And you bring innovation. I'm telling honestly, with this ICMR partnership, we have 18 publications. I have a 5 Lancet journal, which is second best journal in the world, Lancet. 1 Nature, again top journal. What else you want? You will still get a publication with IIT. Nothing less, you still get a publication. Don't think that no publication. 18 publications with ICMR. So I'm telling honestly, I want hit all people IITs in that direction. Faculty should start thinking in different direction.
We'll be happy to help you with that.
Sure. No, don't help me. You start, I'll help you. I don't know.
Hello, this is Vishwanath here. I'm based on your left.
Where is that?
On your left.
Left. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm a right-hand man.
So, IIT Bombay is Institute of Immunence, but there is hardly any participation in clinical trials. Like, we do not want ourselves to be a participant in any clinical trial, but at the same time, we want other students or other offices to be part of our clinical trials. So, how to overcome this paradox and how to become a courageous and risk taker in it?
I told you, IIT people doesn't take a risk at all. They want only multinational company job. Okay? That's why I want to challenge young kids in this room. I'm telling honestly. I want to challenge. That's why I'm very ruthlessly straightforward. Okay? The country offers you so many issues. And every one of you can solve one problem. You become an entrepreneur and innovator. Okay? How can you start a company which can give you data, entire data to every volunteer, every student in this company? These are signs, these are things, this can go wrong like this can go thing, and what you can do for the country, you can educate. But for us as a company, I can't educate. Okay? There should be some academic institute should start. IIT itself should start a clinical trial company right here. Right here. Oxford has got a clinical center right in Oxford campus, and they do volunteer all the medical students and nurses. Nothing wrong in it. As long as you're truthful in science, transparent in your science, transparent in your adverse reaction, nothing wrong in it. But I think it will change. I'm telling honestly, it is changing. I'm telling honestly, when we want to do 26,000, we thought it's going to be difficult for us to recruitment. Honestly, because already media want death somewhere. Immediately, the death has happened for some other reason, unfortunately. Okay? But immediately, vaccine caused a problem. Media likes the sensation, the news. But I think, country is changing. Now clinical trial, like people who got placebo in our Covaxin, they all wrote so many emails to us. You neglected us. You are not taking care of us. We don't know whether placebo is given to us or not. They abused us also. Okay, it's good in a way. Okay, but then we went back to all the placebo people. We vaccinated all of them. Went back because we need again permission from drug controller, all those formalities, ethical guidelines. We have to follow that. Okay, so we followed that and got it done. So I think country is changing, but I can tell you honestly, only IIT Bombay is not changing, but country is changing. So I want to challenge all Bombay, IIT Bombay. So you want to make life for Milind Atre, life easier for all of you.
Okay, Ella, we can have one last question. Please.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, so thank you very much for bringing the Covaxin and publishing Lancet. The exciting moment for me was your Lancet abstract came in Hindi. That was really amazing because I think there is a song, Hilti hai duniya hilane wala chahiye. That's what you have done. So now questions. So you talked about lymph node activation by one of the activants. How does it work? And the second question, how you convince young mother to give up their kids for Rotavac?
Below mother, I think mothers, what we did is, we said this is a vaccine and it will protect you from a diarrhea, infant, but you have to give me 6 months when you're pregnant, you have to consent. That agreed. What we have shown that I'll give you 3 months, 3 years of healthcare. I'm putting a ambulatory vehicle 108, right in 10 kilo, just 10 minutes away. Okay? I'll give you all, we are there for you. Your life is in our hands. We convince them. And I'm telling honestly, convincing uneducated people is easier in this country than educated people. Okay? Educated people are, Indians are very intelligent, only thinking all directions, 360 degrees, not productively, negatively. Okay? Uneducated people are more intelligent, honestly. If you're truthful, you're honest, explain to them, yes, this is what will happen. There is no death here, but there are placebo. Okay? There is placebo because the ethical issue, can I give a placebo? That was the ethical issue. It took 3 years for me, University of Pennsylvania, ethical committee to call for, is it right to have placebo? Okay, that was a debate, 2 years debate. We went all those things. Since a new vaccine, we need to have placebo, there's no choice. We took that, but we explained. But there are, diarrhea will come, don't get scared. If it is there, we are taking you in 10 minutes to the CMC Vellore, and all hospital bill, transportation, everything will take care of it. Even if you have some problem, on a cesarean or anything, we'll take care of it. I think that trust helped. And the country is changing. I won't say that with the COVID, this thing, and I'm telling honestly, they will believe in Indian science now. Honestly, I'm telling you, this time, see, it's important for us as a country. Today, vaccine is like a nuclear. One simple virus, one small virus genome with 7,000 base pair, killed the entire world economy. Okay? It's just unknown virus, one virus. So it's like equal to nuclear. So I think it's strategically important for the not only healthcare of the people, economy point of view. But I think the people are now understanding. I think this clinical trial, what we have done, creates impression. See, we are the only company who have done a clinical trial efficacy in this country. No other company. Other companies have done only immunogenicity comparison, immunogenicity studies. Mine is equal to UK. Mine is equal to other one. That's all. But nothing done on efficacy. And I think we are, and I'm telling you, we spent 700 crores. And I have not taken money, single penny from the government. I said, when a government is in trouble, when an economy is in trouble, I don't want to exploit the government. That time, it's a selfishness to exploit. When a country is suffering, people are suffering, I don't want to exploit the government. I said, we had cash. We put all our money. And we did a clinical trial, everything. Okay? And I think, one should not be selfish. In entrepreneurship, if you are going to be selfish and only balance sheet is the criteria, then no innovations will happen. You're only thinking all the time on a balance sheet every quarter. Okay? I think we need to change, and I think I'm seeing the fire now, young generation. Somewhere they're getting scared. Their mother, father not allowing them. Their mother, father, no, you marry and go to US. So that is what their pressures are now. But all will ease up. Now India will be different in the next 5 years. Trust me. You may not remember me, okay? But in 5 years, India will be totally different. It will be totally different. You will not see that. Okay? You are going to go to US? Huh? No? One yes, one no?
No, I won't go.
Won't go? Good. Okay? Do whatever you like to do. Okay? Today country offers you everything, whatever you want. Okay? Anything you like, math, you like science, you like Hindi, you like Urdu, anything you like, you do whatever, but you be the best in that. You be the best whatever you do. Okay? That is what the lesson is. Thank you. Anything else? Yeah, please.
So, just a small question. So, how much did going abroad motivate you to become an entrepreneur or do something for the Indian society?
And what is it?
How much did studying abroad motivate you to become an entrepreneur or do something for the Indian society?
See, it's a big philosophy. See, if I want to change you, it's difficult for me. Okay? But these kids are easy to change. But you are crossed in the middle. Okay? So I always think these young kids are easy to change, to tune them what we want. But once you got an IIT, very difficult to change. Okay? So don't take my words very harsh. Okay? Take fatherly advices. Okay? Don't take it very personally, some of my comments. I just want you all succeed. When sometimes I tell ruthlessly like this, so that it goes to your mind. That was my intention. It is not to hurt people here. Okay? And I'm one fellow who doesn't hurt anybody, including my driver. I don't hurt them. Okay? So my intention is want to push you that you are in a comfort zone, come out. That's all my intention. Okay?
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ella. May I request Professor Ravindra Gudi, our Dean, Alumni and Corporate Relations, to please present a bouquet to Dr. Ella. Yeah.
I'm sure all of you who are here have been tremendously inspired by the presence of Dr. Krishna Ella. Really, we appreciate you spending time here. Critical comments about IIT Bombay we'll gladly accept, and certainly we would look at those very, very, in a careful manner. I think while Dr. Ella has been here and inspired all of us, one very important thing that he has made in every household, and I just want to paraphrase what my wife said this morning, that a living Dhanvantri is coming to IIT campus, a living Dhanvantri has come to our IIT campus. I can, while we have all thanked him for his inspiring lecture, may I just request that all of us, it would be befitting on all of us to just give a standing ovation to him for everything that he has done. So, and on behalf of all of you and the Institute, thank you, Dr. Krishna. Thank you.
Photo should be nice.
Thank you. I will now present the vote of thanks. I take this opportunity to convey our sincere gratitude to the chief guest, Dr. Krishna M. Ella, who agreed to travel all the way to Mumbai and spend his entire day at IIT Bombay today. Sir, this truly means a lot to us. Thank you very much. Many thanks to our director, Professor Subhashish Chaudhary, for guiding us throughout. Our interim convocation will begin today at 3 p.m. I wish all the graduates and their family members in advance. Many thanks to my colleagues from Academic Office, Director's Office, CDEEP, Registrar's Office, Security, Public Health Office, Estate Office, and my team in the PRO's office. Thank you for coordinating and organizing this event. It is because of their constant support and encouragement that this event is being held in physical mode after 2 challenging years. Thank you all of you for attending. Thank you very much.